Hello and welcome to week 3. This is the 18th of July. I'm a day late for the Friday check-ins, but I didn't want to miss this completely, so I'm jumping into it now. So what's the biggest wins of the past week? The biggest wins, I would say, made a lot of progress with building out this. We've got these really nice new designs for the website for Snowball Creations, so we're building that out, and I'm using a language called Tailwind CSS, which is this really cool way of writing out CSS with different classes, and it's just really effective and makes it very easy to charge forward and build out really beautiful things. And my designer Jamie did a really good job with it. So that's a big win. I've made lots of progress on that. Built out a website for a client as well. So we have a client workstation who are building out a B2C website for them. So finished that pretty much, and launched the podcast, the second episode with AJ, which I really enjoyed on YouTube on this channel. And yeah, really getting into the swing of the podcast now, and 2 really good guests coming up this week ahead and the week after. And then I'm looking to find new people. So anyone watching, let me know if you know anyone good. So I think those are the big wins, to be honest. Building out those websites, and did a load of other kind of smaller stuff. How well did you do at achieving your goals? So I did want to get the workstation site done earlier, but I didn't quite do it. But now I have done it pretty much. So I basically achieved that. I wanted to get the info site up and running sooner. I think that the funny, ironic challenge is, or it's not ironic, it's just web development. You have no fucking clue. Like, for anyone in business, it's very, very difficult to ever know how long something's going to take, because it's such an unknown whenever you're trying to build out something. Anyway, that's just like a truth, that website development, trying to set goals, is extremely difficult. And my other goals for the week, generally I've been on this lowered my calories for my diet with AJ, and that's actually generally been okay. This kind of very small incremental reductions in calories is much more stable as a way to reduce your body fat. I've now lost like 2.5 stone, or 2 stone probably. It's probably 2 stone. I'm at 14.5, and now I'm at 12.8 or something. So it's coming up to 2 stone, yeah, which is massive, and it feels much more stable now, unlike the kind of low carb approaches that I used to do. What are the biggest challenges for the company faces, and what are possible solutions to those challenges? Biggest challenges, I think the biggest challenge right now, I've hurt my neck. So that's, I just got massage for it yesterday, I think, to try and sort it out. But that's my biggest challenge. I'm in pain, and that is a genuine challenge for the company, is how much can I work and how effectively can I work? To be honest, there's not that many big challenges I can think of, because I think things are going really well in the right direction. We have so many really good things happening. So what's the biggest opportunities currently for the taking is the next question. We're going to be playing with our own kind of e-commerce and see how that goes, because I think it's be a really good learning curve for ourselves anyway. And that's an opportunity for sure. We're going to be building out a CRM system. Me and Chris are going to build out our own sales CRM system, which is basically Salesforce or Close or one of those. Or we're going to copy Pipedrive quite a lot, I think, in terms of design and approach to it. Just because every client of ours needs a CRM system, and a lot of people we do LinkedIn work with especially needs one. So if we can have that ourselves and offer that to them, and then we can have transparency through that flow with them and be able to do an even better job, it's kind of like a multiplier effect, because one supports the other. That's why I always, a big business principle I follow is always, any project should try and support another project of yours, and there's overlapping benefits. Say if we do an e-commerce store, we might make some sales, which is good anyway, but we'll also get better at doing it for other people. So then that will improve. So both sides continuously develop each other, overlapping benefits, like an umbrella company approach, basically. How's your energy been? Yeah, so pulled my neck, so my energy's been okay. I think I've been good considering the fact that I've been quite a lot of pain, popping pills to deal with it. Um, Really, really excited for the gym to be opening back up on this Saturday, next Saturday, 25th it is in the UK. And I even literally dreamt about it last night. I dreamt I went into the gym. It's one of the few very positive, enthusiastic dreams I've had of recent, where it was walking in and just a few different people, Pete and my old personal trainer, Lucy, and others. And I was just like, hey, and everyone's like, hey, woo, it's the best thing ever. Running around, having the best time, like just so enthusiastic and loving life. Like, so I really am genuinely excited for going back to the gym. This is my unconscious brain being like, this is going to be great. I can't wait. Who's impressed me this week? Ollie's really impressed me this week. Ollie from my team, he's managed to get us 8 sales calls booked, which is very, very good. Really like stepped up a gear basically. He's doing a lot of really smart work and a lot of work. That's the two things, not just quality and not just quantity, but both. So he's been really impressive this week. What am I grateful for? I'm grateful for my physio. She's very, very good at trying to sort my neck out. Right now it's still sore as fuck because she destroyed me yesterday, but if anyone needs a physio, message me and I'll tell you where to go. There's a lady, Becky, she was the first person in like 10 years to be able to fix my issues with my neck and get me back in action. The only reason why it's messed up now is because I've done some dumb stuff, at home workouts, combined with sat at my desk for 16 hours straight type situations, and stopped doing the stretches and things. But otherwise, she was spectacular. So I'm extremely grateful for having her in my life. And I'm grateful for my team again. This last week, especially Georgia and Ollie and Chris have all taken a lot of work off my plate. And so it's meant that I'm able to charge forward on really enjoyable work, like building out our own info site and working on projects like the CRM system and other stuff like that. So I think that kind of stuff's been just really enjoyable to me, and I'm doing more of what I enjoy, and that's thanks to my team. And so, people who are trying to be doing it on their own, it's so valuable to have a team to allow you to do more of what you love, basically. I think that's a huge thing to be grateful for. What am I reading, listening to, and what have I taken from it? Naval, if you haven't met Naval, Naval, he is this tech investor, kind of advisor. He was the founder of Angel List, which is a kind of like website that I knew about from way back Eco Companion years when I started that you list your startup on and find angel investors and things. And he's just unbelievably wise. Like if you just Google Naval, Naval, and YouTube, or go on YouTube and search for Naval, he's got a YouTube channel. Watch any of those little 2-minute clips, 3-minute, 4 or 5-minute clips. The knowledge he gives is just unbelievable value. Like he's one of the wisest words, and I've taken so much from every single soundbite he gives. He's also huge on Twitter, so if you're on Twitter, Naval on there, he is unbelievably interesting to listen to. Like one of them, for example, don't sell your time. So create tools and services like, for example, a CRM system which works for our clients, or our own LinkedIn software which works for our clients. And so it builds huge amounts of value even when Ollie and me are asleep. That stuff still creates value for someone. Or you can do it in the real world as well, like whatever, a car wash machine or something. Like if that can be automated, then it creates revenue for that person without them doing anything. So automation and technology creates leverage. Leverage is how you can multiply the value that I personally create. That's something I took from that. How could I help lift up someone else? I was thinking about meeting up with or trying to organize like a kind of like Sundays badminton lessons with my nephew Michael, because I think he's a 4 now, I should know. and I'm pretty sure he's 4. And it would be really nice to see him more. And I think he's probably at the point now where he'd be able to do the most basic level of badminton. And just randomly hearing stories of these people that started their kids learning some skill at like 3-4 years old. So I'm like, if we just do a Sunday session every weekend, hopefully it should be enjoyable, because we have a very good relationship, and he might end up being some pro badmintoner. And give him a couple of weeks and he'll start to get good enough to be able to hit it over the net and things. So I think that'd be a fun thing to do, and I'd love that, really enjoy it. How can I do more of what I love? So already it's been a huge step in that direction this last week, because my team has been taking a lot off my plate. It's generally whenever you make any kind of new service, it's a challenge, because I have to take it more myself, because it's not been done before at all, and so I have to be more hands-on to figure out how to do it properly and do it well. But now we've been able to move a lot of those projects across to different people in the team, and the team's just much more experienced now and got used to where they are in the company and everything, and we're making more money. So we made another few good sales, so we're really increasing quite quicker than we've ever increased before in revenue for the last 2 months. Notably so, like probably double what we ever did in the past. And what's the big one lesson I've learned from this past week? I think it's one that, I don't know if I talked about this before, but I would say the leverage lesson is the biggest lesson I've learned from this past week. Leverage is one of the most, using either robots or investing your money in things to create things like property and leveraging those for yourself. Leverage is something that was missing from my whole life, because I've largely been a sales and marketing guy, where I've been using other people's software and I've been doing per hour sales or something. Whereas if I can build a system like the Founders Ecosystem is this really exciting idea I have, which I'm going to be building out, which is kind of like a central hub for a founder to live within, to be like, here is my week planned out, here is my sales, here is my marketing, here is the objectives for the business, and this is my little universe, and I'm going to live inside this, and I can see some great figures like conversion rate and other things for the business to focus my mind and on executing and improving the business. So that system is going to be something I want to build, and that will create me leverage. That will mean I'll be able to build this network or this tool, software, that I can then sell through Facebook ads, for example, and then that will just naturally find sales, and those founders will use that system with me still in bed, and so that value will be of how I run a business can be extrapolated into a tool which others can use. Their businesses can grow quicker because of that, and so that is leverage. So I've learned the importance of leverage, and it was one of the big missing pieces, I think, from the business that I've built so far. Yeah, those are interesting answers. I'm going to play with the questions, I think, for the next week, but it's just been fun. 13 minutes, a little bit quicker. I'm going to stop before it gets to 14. I hope everyone's having a lovely week. It's been dramatic for all sorts of reasons, but going in the right direction.